Right, Jevy, welcome back to Hook, Line and Sinker. We're going to preview the round that is coming up. The top four is looking like it's almost shaped, Jev. I don't think we can really chop and change that too much. Positions will change, but I think everyone else is a little bit behind on points. But the bottom eight is unbelievable, Jev. I think there's still, I heard on Jared Whaley, they said there's still 4,000 possibilities.
It's unbelievable
where the ladder can finish at this current point. I'm hoping the Blues are almost there. I think we need to lock up one more win. Jev, I'm excited. How are you feeling, my good man?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped, bro. Footy, the last couple of weeks is every game means something. It's some of the best. We're going to see some of the best footy the next couple of weeks ever. Every loss will hurt those teams trying to make it, and every win will make you feel like you're going to make the eight sort of thing.
This almost makes it bigger for us, as in us trying to bet. Every single team has to put their best team out, don't they?
Yeah.
They have to have a really good crack this week as we come into it. Fuck, it's so exciting. Now, Jev, I do have a little bit of a bet for the very end, Jev. So make sure, if you guys are listening, make sure you hang around, Jev. But there are some monster games this week. Let's quickly just go over last week and the games and how they finished off, because you had the Bulldogs and Richmond. We both thought that they could have absolutely smashed Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond was terrible under the lid, so they took care of business.
We both thought the Dogs were certainties, that's for sure. Yeah.
Essendon West Coast absolutely cooked us. Jeff, they were on track. They were about 36 points up halfway through the third quarter, and I'm like, they're going to run over the top of it, and then West Coast just piled on back. Obviously, very lucky to only win that one by a point. Did you see Will Schofield's video?
Yeah. I did.
That is so funny. So for anyone that doesn't know, Bucks and Kane were talking about, is Adam Simpson really tanking? Because, why didn't they just put an extra person behind the ball? You're only a minute up. And then Will Schofield has a video of them in the 2018 Grand Final. He's like, if it's so easy, sometimes it just doesn't go to plan. You're a couple points up. There's a minute to go. Why don't you just put someone behind the ball? And it's the video of them going end to end, and Dom Shee kicks the goal. It is fucking unbelievable.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was such a good trial. Adelaide Suns. We got the Suns one. Adelaide right. Hawthorn, Jev. We said we probably thought they weren't going to get done by 37 points. That was the line, and then they won by 32.
Yeah, I know. We took Collingwood minus 12.5. So what? We were 50 points off basically.
I don't think anyone expected that. Just where Collingwood are at, we thought that they were going to have to win. The Cats got it done at home. The Swans, Jev, this line was only 3.5, so you could get that out to plus 20s on both. So if you picked either one of those, you would have gotten up.
Yeah, I took GWS plus 15.5 here, so that was a tick. And the Swans, I'm going to tick. Sorry, what did you take for Geelong Port Adelaide? I took Port plus 29.5. What did you take?
The Cats plus 8.5.
Oh, laughing. Yep. Nice.
And then Melbourne, so the line was 42.5. They won by 32, so we ended up getting that one. Took the Blues and then missed out on Brisbane. I thought that they were going to win by a little bit more. Yeah,
so I took the Saints. That was a tick. I took Melbourne. And I took Freo plus 35.5 at home, so that was a tick. So I only got Collingwood minus 12 and Essendon minus 30 wrong. And apart from that, every game I took plus points except for the Melbourne game, and it was all right. So taking the points has been the way the last couple of weeks, I reckon, Dobe.
100%. So we'll get into that this week, because I reckon we could be in for a big week, Jev. Collingwood, Geelong, Friday night. This is massive.
This is fucking huge. I had to guess the line. Fuck. Pies still have to be favourites off form, but it can't be much. I'm going to say it's only 6.5 points.
3.5.
Right, yeah, I was going to go less, but I thought a goal will do. So half a goal, basically. And it seems fair because they're out of form, they're a bit injured, and they're basically locked up top spot. So, you just feel like the side to be on is Geelong.
It looks like it. So, Jev, if for $1.30, it's either Collingwood plus 15.5 or Geelong plus 22.5.
Oh, I'll definitely be taking that Geelong line. I like those 22.5 points. What about you?
I think they can. It's a fucking tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just like Geelong are just a little more hungrier right now. I like that 22.5. This is just solely off. I just think they're going to have a bit of a crack. And
they smell a bit of blood in the water, don't they?
Yeah. As they should. Collingwood need to just finish top spot and get to the finals healthy. And, like, they could be up by 5 goals and Geelong still cover this 22.5 points is my thought. What do you reckon?
I wouldn't have never have thought weeks ago that the Pies were going to lose 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's fair. So what can you get Collingwood for again? Plus how
15
many?
and a half. I think I might just take the Pies.
What does your ladder say? Or you
The
go off the
Pies.
ladder?
Says the Pies are still up. Geelong are sitting 12th.
Yeah.
The Pies are 6th at the moment.
It depends what Geelong you're betting on. Are you betting on the idea of Geelong or their actual form? Because their form isn't that good. It's just, do you think they're going to flick a switch? What we've all been thinking last couple of weeks. So,
And no matter what, all the numbers and everything have been saying, Jeff, it's been it's been so up in the air. It's honestly a flip of the coin. I'm not sure Collingwood are going to get blown out of the water 3 weeks in a row.
yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just going to stick with the Cats. I like the 22.5.
Yeah, I'll take the Pies in this one. Next game, Jev, North Melbourne and Essendon.
Oh, God. They have to be Bombers favoured by about 30 points, I reckon.
23.5.
20 seems a smidge low. It seems like the side to lean on is probably Essendon, but
It's at Marvel.
yeah. Well, they beat them. They've beaten them already once this year, but North actually played pretty well, didn't they? What can I get for $1.30?
So North 42.5 points or Essendon minus 5.5.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at head-to-head here. Essendon are $1.29 head-to-head. I'm just going to take that. I can just see whatever you think of the Bombers, that 42.5, I can't trust that at all for North. And I just think Essendon win head-to-head. What about you?
Yeah, I'll be taking Essendon. I just think they just fucking lost all structure last week when they just got really arrogant and cocky going through the middle. I just don't think they do that 2 weeks in a row. I think like he might come back and kick actually 8 this week. Like, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
North are just so like, hey, good on them. They had a crack for a quarter and a half against Melbourne, and then they just got run over the top. I still think, like, the way we're talking about Essendon middle of the year, they've still got pretty much all the same players. They've just lost their identity a little bit. I just think these are building blocks coming into next season. They're a much better side than North Melbourne are with all their injuries. I think we have to, minus 5.5. They have to get it done by goal.
Yeah, just head-to-head. And as Kingy said, Essendon play basketball at the moment, but if you have a game like they did against West Coast, they'd probably short it up at training a bit this week. They'll probably have a really good performance. Like, that 42.5 could get blown out. This could be a 10-goaler by the Bombers, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. It's so easy. Hey, we're just going to bank on Kyle Langford, if anything, because he's having an unbelievable season. So we're both going to take the Bombers on that one. Next one, Jev, Swans and Gold Coast.
Oh, geez, I get nervous when the Swans are favourite at the SCG on an early Saturday game.
I mean, they smacked you guys here last year.
Yeah, they do every year. We beat them by about 80 points round 1 of the season, if you remember. We fucking pumped them. They wouldn't have liked that. Took back in the side, even though we played round 1. So the Swans are favoured by about 17.5 to us.
19.5, just touch over 3 goals.
Touch over 3 goals, which is probably fair. That sounds about right.
You guys are in form.
We're in good form. We're playing good footy. You know, have the Suns checked out? Are they already, or are they still playing for something? It's really hard to get a read on them. Like,
they had a tough game in Adelaide.
They got jumped by 5 goals, then they actually clawed their way back, but ended up losing. What can I get for $1.30?
So pretty much Swans head-to-head or Gold Coast plus 37.5?
Swans haven't been blowing teams out since the start of the year. Like, that Gold Coast line's probably the one to be on. I'm just going to take the Swans. I'm pretty bullish on the Swans right now. There's a multi. I know you said you got a multi at the end of the show. So do I, Das. So I'm going to take the Swans head-to-head. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take the Suns. 37.5 points. Took back. I just think he'll try and enforce something because they showed a little bit against the Lions. Like, they just showed a little bit.
Yeah, so I agree.
Will he go to Errol?
Yeah, that's what I was been thinking this week. Imagine Toot puts that physical pressure on Errol Goulden. I'll be very interested to see that. Because Errol's pretty tough. He's a bit of he's a winger. He works hard for his team. I wonder if they think he's that damaging right now. Like, it's time to tag him.
100% he is.
Because his meters gained at the moment is off the charts. He kicks goals. Like, you can't let him run around his own.
That's the thing. He runs 16 Ks a game.
Yeah, 16 Ks. He gets like 700 meters game. He kicks a goal. He has 30 touches.
I actually fucking hope.
I would like to see it as well. Errol's earned the respect of the competition if Toot goes to him. I'd like to see it as well. But fuck, it makes me worried. Like, if they do it, does he have an absolute shocker, or does Chad Warner lift, Mills, Parker?
But it'd be the best thing for Errol, especially
100%.
this time. Just cop a tag, see how you go, try and beat it.
Yeah,
it's the flavour of the month.
Yeah, he's on fire. So yeah, that's going to be must watch. Yeah, that's fucking exciting. But I'm going to take Swans head to head. I reckon we just win at home. I like us at home.
I'll take the Suns, Jev. I'll follow in all those points because there is a lot of them. Now, this one, Brisbane and Adelaide.
At the Gabba?
Yes.
Well, you got to say the Lions are same thing, about 17.5 point favourites.
21.5.
21, so 3.5 goals. Oh, they're fucking good at the Gabba. So what's their last couple of weeks look like, the Lions? They lost to Gold Coast at Gold Coast.
Then by a point.
Then they're flown all the way to Freo. Sunday Arvo game. Only won by 3 points. Now they're flying home to the Gabba and they're playing Saturday Arvo.
Also, this is their last few. So they lost to Melbourne by a point.
Yep.
Then they beat Geelong by 11 points. And then they lost to the Suns. And then they beat Freo. And now they're back home.
Yeah, see.
Doing to a little bit of travelling.
That Geelong, like Hoyne and King said, that should have been way more than 11 points. They fucking smashed them. Just missed a couple of shots. It's really hard. Like, they're back at the Gabba. Usually you just take the Lions at the Gabba. So what can I get for $1.30? Can I get the Lions head-to-head?
Yeah, you can pretty much get the Lions head-to-head. So -2.5. So around $1.30, $1.28. If you take them
$1.32 head-to-head. And then what can you get the Crows?
Plus 40.5.
I actually really like that 40.5, but I'm just going to take the Lions head-to-head at the Gabba.
Adelaide are on top of my ladder by so much.
Yeah, so you got to take those 40 points. You'll gobble up those 40.
They've been the best team to bet on with points all year.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more that they're going to cover that 40.
He's going to have a crack. Matt Crouch is playing for a contract.
Yeah.
Tex is playing for a Coleman.
Yeah. No, I agree. And they're playing for a final spot still. Like 100%.
Even if they get blown out early, it's a backdoor cover.
Yeah, I agree. They're just going to have an absolute crack. I love the way they're coached. Love Jordan Dawson's leadership. Tex could kick forward.
I actually love watching them play.
Yeah, everything about them. You're trying to convince me. I'm just going to stay at Brisbane head-to-head at the Gabba. If I lose on this leg, I'll cover it because I just love Adelaide so much.
No, that's fair. All right, next one. This is a massive one, Jev. Carlton, Melbourne. Jesus.
Carlton, Melbourne at the G. So you've won 7 in a row. I think Melbourne still have to be slight favourites. But only, 5.5 points, I reckon.
4.5. I don't know where they get this number from, but it's good. Like it's like I genuinely would know. Like you'd have to put them favourite, but it's like, is it a goal? Are they a goal better? Is it?
Yeah, it's under a goal. They're saying this game's going to be under a goal. It's fucking exciting. This is game of the round, Duff. This is huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
So what can you get for $1.30?
Blues plus 22.5 or Melbourne plus 14.5.
So Melbourne just absolutely pants you guys early in the season, but we can't judge that Carlton anymore, can we? Two different sides.
All I'm saying is we lost to the Pies last game of the year last year, and then we beat them second time around this year.
Yeah.
We lost to Melbourne second last game of the year last year.
On the buzzer.
Lost to them early.
Yeah.
We know.
It's time to beat them. Oh, so you can get the Blues with 22 points or Melbourne with 14. Are you taking the Blues?
Yes. Yes, I am.
No, I'm going to take the Blues as well. Even though I love Melbourne with points, I'm going to put some trust into Carlton. I think I was such a harsh critic of them, but it's a new Carlton. I think 22.5 is a lot of points. I reckon this is going to be similar. This is going to be under 15-point game either way. I do like that Melbourne line as well.
It's going to be interesting with Petty out what they do going forward and whether Clary plays or not, because that always disgruntles a forward line. Like, what are you going to do with that key player? So yeah, that'll be interesting whether Wiedering can actually try and pick off a little bit earlier and we can start to reload. But how good is this, Jev? Our team on the weekend, 16 of the 23 have played VFL this year.
I fucking love that.
16 of the 23 have played VFL.
They're hungry. That means you're fucking hungry.
How good's that?
That is actually sick because just not gifting guys games every week that aren't deserving it. Like, they're hungry. They've earned their spot back in the side. They're playing for something. Like, guys like Cottrell, like Zach Fisher, he had his best game of the year because he's gone back and he's realised, like, nah, this is what you got to be at AFL level. Like, this playing VFL is no fun.
No, fuck no. Especially when you get to watch everyone fucking win a game. Like, Fisher had a couple of smothers early. He was slicing dice and he was elite. But you watch Cottrell, guys like him, he's just a runner, and like he gets shots on goal because he's so fit and gets up and back, and he just sits in these holes. So I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup between like him and like a Langdon, and then you got Lockie Hunter's a little bit more classy, so maybe Cunningham will go on that side. Fisher will play some wing. Newman might come up onto the wing a little bit. The half forward, half back battle is really interesting. Their defense, like May and Lever versus Curnow and who else we put there in the hole.
I reckon Stephen May's gettable right now. I know
all those intercept guys are if they play too zone, and if we're very direct, Curnow will just be he'll have a meter. It's a meter too much.
Well, he'll be getting one-on-ones on Tomlinson, won't he? And he could get him. And there was a couple. Remember against Melbourne last time, Harry Mackay had a heap of good looks and good shots, and that's when he was in his goal kicking woes, and it was just like he was getting good looks, but he didn't even look like kicking them. They move it quick. They get Curnow one-on-one with Tomlinson. I'll be very excited for you.
I couldn't believe that he got dropped, actually. The way they were talking, he's like, yeah, he's just back in the side, Tomlinson, and got dropped.
Yeah, and they picked that Joel Smith guy, didn't they?
Well, I guess he'll be back in the side now, so interesting to see. So we'll be both taking the Blues. I'll be going.
What time? It's Saturday night. You going?
7:30.
Oh, fucking oath. That's going to be great. You going to MCC for an MCC splitter?
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure where we got tickets. I know we've got tickets, but I'm not sure where they are.
Fuck yeah.
I'm pumped. Jev, the derby. No one's going to watch this one. West Coast and Freo.
Oh, fuck. So Freo have to be favourites. I don't even know what the line is. Maybe 25 points?
26.
Yeah.
Has to be more than that.
I was going to say, like, it seems what you reckon?
Well, I thought Freo would have been more than that. The line's been 50 all year until that.
Yeah.
Until last week.
I think Freo wins. So what can I get for $1.30?
So we can take Freo minus 7.5 or West Coast plus 44.5.
Both probably win, especially if Jeremy McGovern's playing. They're a different side, but I'm just going to take Freo to get it done by 8 points or more, basically. What about you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll be taking Freo. West Coast have just been... I can't trust them with 40 points.
Nah.
No way.
Quickly.
I cannot trust them with 40 points. I'll be taking Fremantle minus 7.5. And then we've got 3 games to go. So Hawthorn, Western Bulldogs. This is actually a very interesting game.
It's in Tassie, isn't it?
Geez, they're a chance, the Hawks.
Oh, they what? So the Dogs have to be favourites, but it's only probably goal and a half. I reckon 8.5, 9.5 points.
13.5.
So 2 goals, basically. Dogs are playing like not too bad footy. So are the Hawks. I hate how the Dogs defend. Like, I like how they attack from defense, but if you test their defense, I don't fucking rate them that much. What can I get for $1.30?
So on my ladder, Hawthorn are 4th and Bulldogs are 5th.
Yep.
Which is very, very interesting. Hawthorn plus 31.5 or Bulldogs plus 5.5. Both probably win, but I love what the Hawks do down in Tassie.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that Hawthorn 31.5 points for sure.
It'll be a good midfield contest, actually.
100%. And then now
it's around the ground.
You look at the Dogs, like, that loss to GWS where they were up and then they blow a lead. Like I can see Hawthorn sort of whether it's a backdoor cover or pinching the game off them right at the end. Like I can see why it's Dogs plus 5.5. Yeah, I'll be taking those 31 points for sure for the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm going to be licking those Hawthorn points, especially after last week. Jev, this is another game that no one wants to watch. St Kilda and Richmond under the lid.
Oh, why do they put them under the lid? Fuck. So the Saints have to be favourites. It's got to be like, 7.5, 8.5 points.
2.5.
2.5, so it's basically pick 'em. Oh, God. Saw something today by Xander Maguire. Eddie Maguire's son's trying to make his way in the media world on Twitter. He said the Tigers got a private screening to the Steph Curry documentary and they all went as a team and sat and watched the Steph doco at a movie cinema to try and bond them together to have one last crack at making finals. And so it's actually jacked me up a little. So I'm a bit bullish on him. I know I'm not trying to be a Saints hater here. I like that. But what can I get for $1.30?
The Saints plus 17.5 or the Tigers plus 21.5?
Oh, I think I'll take the Saints line under the lid. The Tigers hate playing there. They were horrible last week. I know they get the extra day off. They got 9 days off and stuff. But just the way the Saints are coached, they don't really get blown out like from the first bounce. They'll like keep the game close. They'll play defense early. I'm going to take the Saints plus 7.5. What about you?
Yeah, same. Absolutely. I just think after last week they just do play well and they beat them every single time they play there.
Yeah.
100%.
The
only reason why I think the Tigers are a chance is because they played at Marvel last week.
Yep.
That is the only reason. Because every time
it's Friday night now, this is Sunday Arvo.
They never play there, and then they play there, and then they just play shit.
Yeah.
But at least they've had a look. That's the only reason why I think. But I think the Saints get up and win this one. And then last one, Jev. This is a fucking another interesting one. Port and GWS
at Adelaide Oval.
Yep.
Fuck, that is interesting. Well, Port at home have to be favourites, even though they've lost 4 in a row. But yeah, it's about that 10.5 mark again.
Ooh, 16.5. Wow. I thought it would have been shorter.
That feels like a lot, doesn't it? 16.5.
I thought it would have been way shorter than 16.5.
No, I can already. If you told me I can get 16.5 points for GWS for $1.30, I would have taken it. So what can I get for $1.30?
It's either Port plus 1.5, so pretty much just just even, or GWS plus 35.5.
That's the best line of the year, Das, right there.
Yeah. I looked at that when I had it ready. I was just like, what the fuck?
That is the best line of the year. Plus 35.5. Who are Port getting all their players back this week? So, I suppose Alira will play. Mate, probably Jeremy Finlayson. I think he was crook last week. I think it was like
only all of them were crook.
All of them were crook. They played pretty well in Geelong, but the way the Giants play is they back their back six and then the rest of the field attack. And I just reckon, this game is not going to be over 35.5 points. Port are not blowing them out by over 35.5.
No.
They might win, but it'll be by 15 points, as it says, as the line is. That is the best bet of the weekend.
GWS win 1 or 2 more. Like that, they need to just clinch. They don't want it to come down to the last game of the year.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
This top 8 is so exciting.
Isn't it? Yeah, give me that. I like GWS to win this game head to head. What are they head to head?
GWS
$2.90. Yeah, those 35 points are some of the best of the damn year.
Are they what? So those are our favourite legs of the week. That is what we're liking. So I had, so we both like I had the Pies. You like the Cats?
Yep.
We both had the Bombers over North Melbourne.
Yep.
Gold Coast. I've
gone Swans head to head.
Yep. We're both taking Adelaide plus 40.5.
No, I took Brisbane.
That's what you took Brisbane. Yeah. So I took Adelaide plus 40.5. Both got the Blues plus 22.5.
Correct.
I've taken Freo. You took Freo?
I took Freo minus 7.5. 7.5 is not enough. They'll win by 20 points.
We've both taken the Hawks down in Tassie plus 31.5.
Love that.
We've both got the Saints plus 17.5.
Correct.
We've both got GWS.
Yeah, plus 35.5. It's point Sunday.
Mine's about 12.70 my multi.
Mine's 12.90 odds boosted. I'm having $9.89 on it to win $127 bucks.
Here's a little short. Now, Jev, I did have a Petrarca multi at the start of the year. I cashed it out.
That's
I put $100 on it at 15-1. They gave me a cash out of 500. I just thought, why not? Bang! I'll just take that one in. And then I'd Kerno into Petrarca. Look, and then as soon as Dacos got injured, it went from about a 200 cash out to like a 750 cash out. And I just thought, the payout was 3,000, Jev. I'm just like, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to enjoy Brownlow night. Tex might come and kick a few more goals. And then if so, the bet loses. I probably still think Bonds had a better year. So I'm just like, look, the bet might win. But if you told me if I put $20 on a 37-1 multi and it got up, I'd be stoked.
It's bloody wrapped.
So I took the money and I thought, I can't just withdraw it all. Can't withdraw all the 1,000. So I've got 200 on the Blues for the flag, Jev, at 8-1.
Yeah, so you've had 200 on the baggers to win the flag. To win how much did you say?
1,600.
Oh, that is so good. That is so exciting.
So I'm absolutely riding the Blues at 8-1, Jev. I'm in. And you know what else I might actually have a sprinkle on? I might have a sprinkle on Nick Dacos. He's at 6-1.
It's for the Brownlow.
Yep.
6-1.
Yep.
When he's well, we're speaking of, is the Shark on the show this week?
He's coming to 550, but this morning it was 6-1.
Wow. Everyone started panicking.
Yep.
What are they going to do if Finn McGuinness goes to Bond and clamps him?
If Bond has a quiet 2 weeks.
Clary comes back and
Petrarca doesn't
still in front. Clary comes back and steals the votes.
As I said, can you imagine Nick wins the Brownlow and he doesn't get a vote the last 7 games?
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable.
That's almost what you're looking at.
I reckon he's on 30. It's the Shark reckons on 30. Shark reckons he could be on 31 as well. There was a game where he so he's anywhere between 30, 31, 32.
Yeah.
And we think the Bond's on about 28.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 games to get 3 votes, which I do get. And we reckon Petrarca's on about 25, I think, or is it 26?
Oh, about 26.
26. But then Clary comes back, starts pinching votes. Gawn's in good form. Viney's in good form. That's 6-1. Oh,
they got 6-1.
If you want to get on it now for sure. Because if Bont doesn't poll this week, watch him come back to 3-1 sort of thing.
I just don't know how people get it so wrong. Like, what was Cripps before the Brownlow? Like 20?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, I'm just looking at the 20s. Like, Dawson won't win it though, will he? But fuck, Taranto's 21. Butters is 21. Every year there's someone that just pops. I'm like, where do we miss that?
Yeah.
Like, how many votes do you reckon Errol's getting?
Yeah. All of a sudden, like...
No, honestly, like, he's at $41.
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden he just starts getting 3s when the Shark didn't have him written down for 3 and he just...
Like, how much difference he's used to Nick?
Yeah.
Because the numbers are pretty fucked.
The numbers are fucking similar. It's just they won more games. But yeah, you're right. That could be worth a little. I'll be having a sprinkle on Errol, a little $10 or something on him.
Oh, Errol. I can't wait for the actual mark because that's when it's going to be fun, and the live betting.
Yeah,
the team multi betting. That's where we're going to really cash our chips.
So I've got a multi for you, Das, here that I'm gonna have a $5 bonus bet I've got in there. So it's not much, but so Collingwood head to head, Swans head to head to beat Gold Coast, Brisbane to beat Adelaide head to head. Melbourne to beat Carlton, head-to-head. Hawthorn to beat Western Bulldogs, head-to-head.
Mm-hmm.
Richmond to beat St Kilda. And Port Adelaide to beat GWS. Want to know what this multi's called, Das?
What?
The Swans in outright 5th position if it hits. We will be 5th on the ladder if this multi hits.
Oh, wow. What's that pay?
41-1. So, but if I said to you, so Collingwood have to beat Geelong, they're definitely doable. Brisbane have to beat Adelaide, definitely probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Melbourne have to beat Carlton, they're the favourites.
Yep.
It should happen. Hawthorn have to beat Western Bulldogs. We're both bullish on that happening. Richmond have to beat St Kilda under the lid. We know we don't rate Richmond under the lid, but they can definitely win under the lid. And then Port have to win at home against the Giants. The Swans will be outright 5th on the ladder if they beat Gold Coast.
That is crazy.
Isn't it? We'll be ahead 2 points ahead of Carlton. I'm pretty sure. You had 2 draws or 1.
1.
So have we. Maybe we'll be 4 points. No, equal points with you then, and better percentage. I don't know. I'll have to check. Yeah, you should be, I'd say you're 4 points ahead of us on the ladder.
That's fucking interesting.
So yeah, you're on 46. We're on 42. Oh, you got better percentage. So yeah, it'd have to be a percentage jump, but we'll be 5th or 6th on the ladder if that multi hits.
If we win, I'm almost certain we make finals.
100% you do. The only thing is if the Dogs... Nah, you do. It depends if the Cats win Friday night. If the Cats win, the Swans win, the Dogs win, the Saints win, and the Giants win, nothing changes, bro. Like it's all still nervous times. Like you can't drop a game. So
and then you're versing Gold Coast at Gold Coast.
Oh, that's the last place you're gonna go.
You're versing the Giants 6-10 on a fucking Sunday.
That's unbelievable. That game. We're gonna be there. 100%. I can't wait for that game.
Oh, it will feel like the biggest home game of all time.
The Carlton supporters will be nuffs that night.
It will be just all Blues.
Fucking hell, that's exciting. That is exciting. You got any hot tip? Anyone to kick a bag this weekend?
Who was I actually thinking? Not Ugle Hagen.
Peter Wright on North Melbourne.
Yeah, I'm leaning that. I'm really leaning it.
Leaning.
I just think he does.
Tex on Harris Andrews and what's his name? Jackson Payne. Kicks 5.
I don't rate Jackson Payne.
You don't?
Nah.
All he's got to do is just put his arm on his man and let Harris Andrews roam. And he can't do it sometimes. He fucks it.
No, but I'm looking for, hopefully, let's sign a petition. Let's get Took on Errol. Let's just let them go to work and just...
I want to see it. We all want to see it. I want to see how Errol responds. The
Wasn't more baggers. It's just one-on-ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to see.
All right. Good work, Dave. Good.
All right, Dev. Big show Thursday, so Friday. We need to fucking get back on the fucking...
We need a big week.
On the 100K train. There's markets everywhere, Jev.
They're all over the shop. There, mate.
See you, mate.